Yo, what is going on today, fam? So we're back again today. Today we are finally going to be doing really the only big modification that's required for this K-swap, and that's cutting off so the passenger side mount. So when you're doing a K-swap, at least on the EG chassis, one of the things that's required is to cut off this passenger side mount so that you're able to go to install your new mount, which is right here, that will hold up the engine side. So what we're gonna have to do is go to drill out just the spot welds that hold so this mount into place, and then from there we're going to go ahead and knock off this mount. The only thing about this is that the original engine bay paint, it does not span the back of this mount. So on the back of this mount, it's going to be a bare frame, so we're going to actually get that painted. I have a guy that's going to come here and do that for me. So there's going to be some tools that you're going to want if you are doing this job. Number one is going to be a spot weld drill bit. You can order these on Amazon, and I will have the link to them in the description. I also have the center, it's like the centering punch, where I'm going to go to pretty much knock where the center of the spot weld is. Then from there, I'll be able to drill it out. And you're going to need a 3/8 drive drill bit in order to drill a big enough hole just for the bolts that come with the kit to go down through. But that is pretty much the gist of it. So I'm going to get my new mount all fitted up just in preparation for paint, and then from there we'll get this bay painted. We're supposed to get it painted today, but unfortunately that won't be happening. The mount kit that I'm using is the Hasport mount. This is their street mount. This is the 62A durometer mount. This is the softest mount that they make. I went with the softest mount because just reading on the forums, they say, like, unless you're making like real big power or it's a race car, all of the other mounts are way too stiff, One thing about these Hasport mounts, which I have the EGK2 mounts, is they're dual height. So you're able to run both the K20 and K24, with the K24 being a bit taller than the K20 due to the longer stroke. So the block is literally taller. I'm going to be running a K20 in mine, but I'm actually going to be running on the K24 height, which is the lowest one, just so my power steering pulley will possibly clear, because that's one of the issues. And then if possible, I would like not to have to notch my hood. So that is the plan there. So I got these located, well, I got this mount flipped over into its lowest setting for right now. But let's go ahead and get to work. So we got the old bracket off. Honestly, pretty easy. Came through with the spot weld, drill bit. Just started working all these. Try not to go too deep. I went a bit deeper than I was supposed to, pretty much on all these, but it's all good. Not too concerned about it. You know, when you paint it and stuff, like, it'll be fine. Not too worried about it. Didn't go through the whole frame rail or anything, so no problem there. But you see there's a bunch of nipples left over that's gonna need to be cleaned up. You're not able to get to this last spot weld right here. So once I got all the ones I was able to get to, all I did was go to start to move the bracket just left and right, and it broke cleanly. Like, that's pretty smooth, as y'all can see right there. So next step in all of this is going to be to install the actual engine mount bracket here. So the way that this is going to go is there's two holes on the bottom, and I'll show y'all right quick. Let's not get hit in the face. All right, so there's two holes on the bottom that this is supposed to line up with. So you have to go to mark where this bracket sits on the top. Then once you mark where it sits on the top, then you can drill your 3/8 drive hole. And the bolts will come all the way down, and they will thread into just where these threaded holes are. So pretty simple there, nothing too crazy, but let's go ahead and get it. So I got the bracket about where I want it. I got the bolts in on the bottom just to help to keep this thing in line. Got it flush how I want it as well. So as you can see, one hole is already lined up, so just have to go to widen up that hole. The other one I'm going to have to mark. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this now, but it's looking good. It's looking good. Everything is looking how it's supposed to. Going pretty easy. So I got the holes drilled up. One thing I will say is that the 3/8 drill bit was just a tad bit too small for the hardware that Hasport goes to include. So I just had to bore it out a little bit just with the 3/8 drill, but no issue there. The bolts are pretty straight down, not too much angle to them, so that's a good sign there. So now I'm gonna go ahead, pull the bolts, and then I'll show y'all once we get the actual bracket installed. Then we'll go over torque specs. We got the mount in, everything looks phenomenal. I actually want to test fit the engine, so as far as the bolts right here, you're going to torque these down to 10 foot-pounds, but the nuts on the bottom, those are what's actually going to be torqued down to 36 foot-pounds. So just so you're tracking there. Still need to get this dealt with. I don't think I'm going to show it in this video, but in future videos, and y'all will see that that's since been corrected. But this is the install of your actual Hasport EGK2 mounts. Remember, before you go to drop, well, to either drop the engine in or to drop the vehicle on the engine, which that's what I'll be doing, you want everything to be fairly loose just before you go to torque everything down, because you're going to need that bit of movement just to get all of your mounts installed. And you know, I got everything loose. Got the mounts right here. I'm gonna tighten that up just a little bit when I drop everything on, but just to get everything to line up, that's what you want to do. So if you did like this video, please make sure to leave a like. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the description. More than happy to respond. I usually respond pretty quickly as well. It's hot as hell in this garage, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, but take it easy. I'm out.
Yeah.